Have you been wondering why your Google Ads might not be performing the way that you want them to? Well, for a few years, I was thinking the same exact thing. And in this video, I want to break down exactly how we're currently running our Google ad campaigns and how we're seeing a return on our ad spend based on the profit of the jobs that we're bringing in. So within literally 45 days, we've already hit over 100% return on ad spend. And that's based on the profit from the jobs. So after I pay my contractors, after I pay for the domains of the landing pages, the hosting for the first year, and the Google Ads spend on that website for the first month, all of that is recouped. I've already got that investment back plus 100% of that investment. So we're up about $2,000 on this whole experiment that we've been doing from changing one little thing on Google Ads that you might have not been doing before. So let's go ahead and jump into a new campaign, and we're going to create a new campaign for one of my existing websites. So that way you can see some contextual information and then just apply it to your industry. Let's say you have a different industry or you work in a different city. You can just basically take everything from this video and apply it so it's contextual to you. So on our campaign objective, typically I would have chosen one of these options, but what we're gonna do is create without a goal guidance. That way Google doesn't tweak our ad and change it in any kind of way to be able to sway the results, let's say for like awareness or for local store visits. Because, for example, if we're trying to push local store visits, that's obviously not going to work out for my business because we work remotely. We work wherever your project is at. So we come to you rather than you coming to us. If I wanted to run this by sales, then I would have to have the right conversions set up on my website to be able to track that ROI. So, all of these are dependent on how you currently have your website, your landing page, and how you have your Google page optimized. So I would just move along without a goal guidance. Just keep this one blank right here. And let's go ahead and scroll down. So this campaign type, this is going to be important to be, really think backwards of where your customers are at, where your clients are coming from, and the types of videos or the types of advertisements that you want them to see before they go to your landing pages. So for this type, I'm going to go with search because I believe that search is something that's very high intent. Somebody comes to Google because they are searching for something, whereas they're on social media passively scrolling, and maybe the thing is not top of mind, maybe they're not ready to pull out their wallet and make that transaction, but when they go to Google, they're ready because they're actively either quoting out prices from different companies or comparing that with different companies, reading reviews. So I like to go with search. That way we're capturing them on the tail end of that process. So let's go ahead and go with search and then scroll down a little bit. Right here, these conversion goals, don't set anything here unless of course you have these conversions set up on your website, but just click continue for now. And we don't want to choose what kind of results we get from this campaign, but we do want to name it. So for this one, we are going to run advertisements to our drone photography website. We have a whole landing page that specializes in drone photography. It talks about our services for that. So we're going to call this drone photography. And then I want to name this with a keyword so that way, I can remember what keyword I'm running this Google ad for. So this one is going to be drone photography because that's the landing page that we're running for. And then we're going to run a keyword for drone photographer, just keep it simple. Now we're just gonna keep on going from here. This is all gonna make sense whenever we go to the next page, but basically I'm starting new. What you just saw right there were basically my drafts of Google Ads that I've had in the past. So if you do a draft, you close out of it and you save it, next time that you come in, you can choose where you left off from. So for this bidding, I want to focus on clicks. I want to pay for clicks so that way I know what my cost per click is, and then I can translate that with the amount of leads that I get onto that landing page. So that way we can actually see, leads, this is how much our cost per click was, this is what it translated into a lead, and then that whole cost is associated with how much business we closed from that landing page. So everything gets tracked, but we want to focus on the clicks and how much it costs us to get a click. For optimizing campaign for new customers, I just leave that unticked and just continue. Now this campaign settings part is pretty important. If you're not gonna listen to anything in this video, I suggest that you at least listen to this. This is gonna be one of the big differentiators of how your ad performs, because this is going to be your placement and where your ad actually gets shown. So search network, we don't want to go there. We don't want to be on the display network. This is basically going to put us on the side banner of websites, which people obviously don't click on as much. And the search network is going to put us with third-party websites that is not Google. We want to be on Google on the main page where people are going to be searching up. So we untick that and we keep on going down. For locations, I want you to think about your business. Think about who you service. It's my cat. My cat's behind the tree. Come on. I put this chair here, not for you to bite that. A little crazy. Anyways, so your locations, you want to set your locations based on a couple of different factors. I'll go ahead and open this up right here so you can see what we're targeting. We're either targeting the presence or interest of a person in that location, or the actual presence, so people that are in that location. And this can vary depending on what kind of ad that you're running, but for me, I like to go off of presence or interest, because specifically for my company, we could have somebody overseas that needs some work in the United States. Is my cat still? Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to make a video. And you're over here playing with the plant. Stop. All right, anyways. So, locations, like I said, I like to put all countries and territories because we want to be found from anybody that lives anywhere, but that at least has an interest in a drone photographer. Since we have a global service, territory doesn't really matter to us, but this could be different depending on who you are and what you're targeting, so just change that according. Let's keep on going. Languages, we are going to choose English. And audience segments, don't need to put anything into here. That's if you have your customer data and you have a lot of it, but we won't put anything into there. We can ignore broad match. We can ignore the assets. And right here on more settings, you can choose like your start and end dates right here. You can also do it on another page, but I like to do it at the end. Now, keywords and ads. This is the fun part. This is where we are going to create the keywords that should show up our ad based on what somebody types in. So if it's exactly a match or if it's relative to the match, then you can do that on here. And whenever I click on next, I have the option to be able to create this using AI, or I can just create it myself. I'm just going to go with myself for this one and type in here drone photographer, because that's the only keyword that we want to target for, right? Instead of putting a lot of keywords right here, one of the biggest differences of the new way that I've been running my Google ads is I've put just one or two keywords, whether it's drone photographer or drone company, have them pretty similar, but don't bombard this page with as many keywords as you can, because if you think about it, Google's going to diversify your budget across different keywords. So if you have 10 keywords right here, then it's going to try to be able to filter out and put all your money into all those 10 keywords, but you're really just diluting your money. So rather than doing that, what I'd like to do is go over here to Keyword Planner. So if you don't have this bookmarked or anything, you can just go to Google Keyword Planner, you type that into Google, comes up on this page, and you can get the search volume and the forecast of keywords. So for my situation, I typed in drone photographer, then I did drone company, and I was like, which one gets searched up the most? Which one do people actually have a high intent for? Drone company gets searched up the most, then it's drone photographer. And I've already ran an ad for drone company, but that's why I would also include it in here as a second keyword, because even though I'm going for drone photographer and that's like the main thing that's on the page, drone company gets searched up more. So if people are looking for a drone company, they would either need photos, videos, or 3D models, or LiDAR or thermal. So they're still going to be needing some kind of data, which most likely is going to be a photo of some sort. So having both of them is okay. They're both relative to each other and they both help each other out, because I still have the same keyword as drone. I'm just kind of doing like an A/B test with photographer and company. Now, that is not what's going to be shown to the end users whenever they're typing into Google and trying to find you, but these keywords are what Google is going to be putting that money into. and trying to relate whenever people are searching that up. So they're not going to be seeing drone photographer, drone company. That's going to be down here on the headlines where we change what they actually see. But that is very important. Keep this minimal, less than 3. I would just stick to 1 or 2, and then try to perform off of that. So like I said, we're running this on one of my landing pages. So I'm actually going to grab the domain of it right here, dronephotographynearme.com. Go into my final URL, paste that into here. And now this is going to be the name that gets shown up on our sponsored link right here. It's the URL name at the top. So we can continue to go down. You can put your phone number here, but I don't like to take phone calls. I'd rather you just fill out a quote on the website. But it's nice to have it here. Like I said, you don't need to, but it's nice to have it there. Some people just like to press call and actually get connected to a real person. So the headlines is going to be one of the parts that you actually want to spend your most time in. I know that we got through everything on this ad, but headlines is really what people see. You know, this is going to be your call to action. This is going to be where you can A/B test what people are going to be seeing as a heading text, and this is what's going to stand out the most on your ad. So you want to have high intent keywords on here, but you also want to have like filter keywords, because you don't want people clicking on this ad that maybe they just want to learn how to capture drone photos, or maybe they want to buy a photo as like an art piece or something like that, or maybe they're learning how to edit their drone photos. So you don't want those kinds of clicks. So in order to avoid those kind of clicks, you have to put some kind of filter keywords on there. So somebody sees it and it says book a drone pilot, right? I already had this one based on my website. Book a drone pilot now. How about that? That's a good call to action, shows a sense of urgency, and it gets to the point. You are coming to our website to book a drone pilot. You're not doing anything else. You're not learning how to edit. You're not learning about the rules. You're coming to book. So that would be a good headline that I would put. I would also put best drone services around. I would put reliable drone pilots near you. Then we could do as low as $500 drone photos. Then we can do 24/7 drone pilot support. Request drone photos now. Need a drone quote. That's always a good one. It's like asking a question. And then we could even switch that up and say need a drone pilot. So you get the point. Very high intent. Put some numbers in there, put some timing in there, and you can fill this up to about 15. I think there's about 15 slots, so you can fill that out for headlines. So go through there, knock that out, put as many as you can, because if you look right here, this has like a little preview. It's just like a little slideshow kind of showing me my ad. But it's going to filter through each of those, and it's going to put one at the top, one second, then filter another set. So this whole combination is going to be cool, because as time goes on, you can go through and see, not only what keywords or phrases people typed into Google that landed them on your landing page, but you can also see which of these performs best. So that's always really nice to have. A description, I'm going to put something like, fast and reliable drone service from industry professionals. And then we could do, 5 years of experience flying for commercial properties. We have much more, but good point. So we gotta have some kind of descriptions there. You don't need to add images to your campaign. You can, but I wouldn't. Site links. So site links are a little bit annoying. You do have to have 2 of these up. So as you can see, I have a good bit because I run a good bit of ads, but you can pull up your old ones. I'm gonna pull up an old one right here and just add this. But I do want to create a new one for y'all, so that way we can create this one together. So let's just hit create. So SiteLink is going to ask you for a few things, and it's a really annoying process, but basically you grab a link from your website, you put that here in final URL, you go to the SiteLink text, and you can say get quote. So that's going to change the actual text on your button, but then you have to put a description. You have to put a description 1 and a description 2, which is really annoying, but just knock it out, get it done. It could be the same text in the descriptions that you put earlier, so fast and reliable drone service from industry professionals. I can put that there, or I can put 5 years of experience. So you get the point, you know, just fill this out and have a short text. You're limited at 35 characters anyways, but for some reason Google makes you put some kind of text here and here. Then you have to do it for another site link. So you have to have 2 site links before you go into the next phase. So once you knock that out, it should look something like this. So I have book now right here. Anywhere in the USA, drone pilots globally, then I have my URL, and then this one is request a quote. So I've had those added right into here. So that is pretty much it for building the ad. This is literally one ad that I have right here, but what I could do is create another ad. And by doing that, what you can do is basically have an A/B test and see which one is working overall. So let's say, for example, you are focusing on, just drone photography on this ad, and then you want to create another ad and you're going to be targeting drone video. So you're literally having a competition to see which one gets more traffic, which one performs the best, which one gets more clicks, and you can see which keyword performs the best. So from that step, your next step is going to be choosing your custom budget. This is basically a daily budget. Sometimes you can start as low as $10 a day. It's nothing crazy, but you can go to $15, $20, even $100 just to get some quick results and see what happens. But we're going to do $15 for this one. Then I get put onto the last page where I have to confirm that it's me, of course, and basically just go through and review the whole ad. So I'm going to click on. All right, so sorry about that. I had to click on the 2-factor authorization. So Google factors out with YouTube, sends you a notification to your YouTube account to make sure that this is you and that you're on your Google account. But after that, campaign should be getting published as we speak. And if this is the first time that you've ran a ad to this landing page or to whatever landing page that you're running to, then Google is going to take about 1 to 2 days to be able to review that ad, and everything's going to be pending on it. But after that 2 days, it goes live, and then anytime after that, whenever you're running ads to that landing page, then it should be pretty instant. I would say within the same day that your ad is going to show live, because it's already vetted out your page, it's already checked for security issues, it's already done all that good stuff. So those little tweaks, if we recap from everything, using as minimal keywords as possible, making sure that you have phrases that are high intent and that filter out people that are not going to spend money with you. And then most importantly, of course, you should know this before running all of this, is that your landing page needs to be very tight, buttoned up, and it has to have the keywords that you're running your ads from. So if you're running ads about drone photography, getting quotes, all that good stuff, your landing page needs to reflect that. So if I click from the ad, I go to the landing page, there's no confusion. I should be able to see exactly what I'm expecting, and I should be able to see it in a very clean way. Then get to the point, I can request a quote, get connected with you guys really quickly. So your landing page, make it clean, get it to the point, and from there, you should be good. You can start running Google Ads and see what your return on your ad spend is. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. It's marvin@airwebdigital.com. And I hope this video helps you out.